What is up, everyone? I have finally managed to arrive at Ultimate Champion, and none of my decks have actually been able to keep up with the Ultimate Champion strategy. Apparently, the strategy is just spam endless bullcrap until you win. So, I had to modify my Goblin Giant deck, and this is what I came up with. We're still using the Evolved Goblin Giant, Witch, and Rage to get massive pushes, but for defense, we have had to incorporate the Mini P.E.K.K.A, Poison, and Archer. Poison will both get rid of buildings on the enemy side and defend against the spam. Archers will be able to deal with tanks and special Lava Hound and Balloon. Those are pretty much the only changes, so let's get right into it. So I finally reached the road in Clash Royale, right? But I have lost so many times in a row after that now I'm like super low in Ultimate Champion, and like it just cannot find me opponents because that's how much I suck. Yeah, let me mute my microphone so I don't bother you guys. Alright, going to start off with the Witch in the back. He put down an Elixir Golem. This is going to be pretty easy for us to push past. I'm going to put a Rage on the Goblin Giant so we can start doing some damage. Who the hell plays P.E.K.K.A with Elixir Golem? What is this bullshit, bro? Already I'm annoyed because, like, what is this combination? Okay, we should be able to block that really easily with our archers and the graveyard. Maybe. Please. Okay, good. We're just gonna start charging up a push in the back with the Evolved Witch and our Goblin Giant. Or not. We're gonna use the Goblin Giant to finish off this Electro Giant, otherwise we're gonna be taking way too much damage, and then we're just gonna rage it up. And hopefully that will get us back all the damage that he gave us. So thanks to the spawning that the evil Goblin does, it also plays as defense, and that works really well for us. Alright, so now he's trying to push on the left-hand side. Not sure why he decided to switch when he still has to do 1,200 damage on our right-hand side. And he's going in with everything he's got too. So that evil P.E.K.K.A is going to be a little rough to kill. But that's fine. We're just going to spawn in a bunch of skeletons, kill all of his stuff. We're going to poison, and the poison will hopefully kill his evolved dragon for us, because otherwise we are so screwed here. And we're just going to have to go Mini P.E.K.K.A in front of the actual P.E.K.K.A. Alright, bet that defense worked completely fine for us. He obviously does a little bit of damage. There's no completely blocking that, but that's fine. And we're just going to start up another push. We're going to go Goblin Giant on his side of the field, rage it up. And all we really have to do is survive. The reason why I want to do more damage to him is in case I don't manage to survive this, because like look at this push, you know, this is going to be pretty difficult to beat. We already damaged his left tower so much. We can very easily just go in with the Goblin Giant right here and rage it up when he's close to that tower, then poison to get rid of the royal recruits and anything else that he puts down, and we should be able to get that tower, and that's it. We win the game. All right, that's our first win. Let's jump right into the second one.
A few moments later.
This game cannot find me opponents anymore. That's how bad I am. There's barely anyone for me to fight because of how freaking bad I am. All right, let's get it started. There's nothing really good for us to cycle, so what we do is we just try and get a revolution. Alright, he went with Firecracker. I am just gonna rush that with the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and that kind of works as a push depending on what he does. We can also just sap this so it doesn't kill the Mini P.E.K.K.A as quickly. Tombstone that. They placed it wrong. Amazing! Amazing! Okay, he uses Earthquake so that he can keep it in the cycle with the Hog Rider. I guess that, or just to do some extra damage or get rid of the Tombstone quicker. So there's two possibilities for what deck he's playing. He is either playing the Hog Cycle deck uh, that uses the Mighty Miner instead of the Ice Golem. Is that what you call it? Or he's using the Royal Recruit deck that has just a bunch of annoying spam. Anyway, we can rage this up, and if the Mighty Miner starts doing too much damage, we just zap it, reset it. As you can see, he's hitting the skeletons now. Hopefully our witch manages to connect. I'm gonna do a poison here to get rid of that firecracker faster. Okay, we didn't get too much damage, but we got some damage. Is better than nothing. I'm gonna block his Hog Rider with the mini P.E.K.K.A the next time he puts it down, since he can just earthquake us. And of course he's already back to the firecracker, so the firecracker does a bunch of damage to us. And he managed to make it so that we don't get that. I'm gonna try and get King Tower activation from this right here. Beautiful, beautiful. We do obviously take a lot of damage from that spread, but I did want that King Tower activation. That is extra as fuck, bro. Alright, so our biggest obstacle, as you can probably imagine, is going to be getting rid of his cannon to do damage. And that is where our poison comes in, because we can put it right here. And then we can raid right here. Firecracker dies to it. This guy's distracted on our witch. We can just sap him, and our goblin giant does connect, and we start getting damage. So that's always awesome. We can get rid of this Hog Rider pretty easily. And I am going to poison here, and then immediately go in with the goblin giant, because otherwise we just immediately lose. Yeah, sadly we're not gonna be able to get enough damage fast enough. We came really close though. Just look at that, 200 damage. If I would have defended correctly that first time, you know, put the gravestone somewhere where the Hog Rider wouldn't have gotten like what, 3 free hits, then we could have, you know, come back from that. Sadly I just placed it a little bit wrong, and that's just how this game is. You make the slightest mistake and you are getting screwed over. You gotta play just perfectly, pretty much. Alright, so dude just gives us a hit with the mini P.E.K.K.A. That's amazing. I'm not gonna give him a hit with this Dark Goblin. And I'm gonna cycle the witch on the back already, so that we can get a little bit more buildup of skeletons. We're gonna need 2 waves, because otherwise the princess would have just hit it. We can go gravestone on the left hand side, and that'll deal with that P.E.K.K.A. And our witch might be able to connect and deal some damage for us. Yes, she does. In fact, that is awesome. So you can see they didn't have to do anything about that mini P.E.K.K.A. thanks to the gravestone. And when that princess gets closer, we are just gonna put down a mini P.E.K.K.A. and destroy her. And that's gonna be another free hit with a mini P.E.K.K.A. Maybe 2? No, this one. I'm not gonna block his... Oh, never mind. I have to. I was gonna say I'm not gonna block his Dark Goblin, but then he put down a mini P.E.K.K.A. and forced my hand, which is really unfortunate, because I really wanted to do a strong push on his right hand tower, and he's not gonna let me. Hopefully our archers will get rid of most of that damage for us. Nope, I put them in way too late. That's fine. We're just gonna do a small push with only the goblin giant on the right hand side, and we're just gonna rage this right here and then sap them away, and we should be able to take that tower since we got rid of all his defenses. So what makes the goblin giant so OP, especially with rage, is when you have him in health, he starts spawning in goblins, and I believe he spawns them in 2 separate ways. One is over time, the second is whenever he hits something. Now with the rage, not just do you do more damage, but you also hit faster. So what ends up happening is he spawns a lot more goblins a lot quicker because of the rage, and those goblins just do so much damage because they're also raged up. So it adds up tremendously. Like, I think the only other giant that can do as much damage as the Goblin Jet would probably be the Electro Giant, and that's it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck. Hopefully I will be able to climb back up the ladder with it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.